This is a DNA sequencer. During a starship's travels, many different organisms and artifacts are discovered, and a DNA sequencer can come in quite handy in analyzing them. But mostly it just gets used to make sure the food replicators are working properly and not brewing up anything that might hatch and grow inside you, for instance. Stella is getting treatment for her back injury. You should be ashamed of yourself for jumping on her like that, you baby. Apparently the doctor is way busy as he completely ignores you. Many things rest on the center console. Most of them are merely non-functional screen dressing. Pretty cool looking, eh? Many things rest... Jabba is an interesting looking fellow. That is, if you think a melted purple marshmallow with an internal skeleton is interesting. He's the main research attendant here in the sick bay. You drool in that direction, but no one notices. You start to say something, and then you remember that you're supposed to be a man of action, not words. Or is that the other way around?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. The sequencer is for use by trained personnel only. Obviously, you don't fit that description. I'm afraid I can't allow you to use it.
Come on, Jabba, be a pal. Who'll know?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation. I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. The sequencer is for use by trained personnel.
Come on, Jabba.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation.
Jeez, Jabba. Who's gonna know? Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
I don't know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulations. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I swear, it'll only take a minute. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what. Anytime you want it, one free plunge job, day or night. What do you say?
Well, I don't know.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jabba, be a pal.
Well, okay, but just this once. If anyone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
No problem. I'll be done in a flash.
I really don't know why I'm doing this.
It hurts your eyes to look at that. In fact, you feel a major headache coming on. It's your standard DNA sequencer. It feels like you summon the ability to leave it alone. It's just a crate. As in all locations aboard the Deep Ship 86, a compost is located here. Ever since stairs were banned during the Ford administration, composts have been a necessity.
Neat. I've always wanted to try one of these on the compost. Oh, hi, Stellar. I hope your back's feeling better.
They just finished treating me, and it is starting to feel better. However, I was told to lay off rescuing people for a while, especially you. So, did you have any luck?
I got some information from the sample I ran through the DNA sequencer. When I tried it, all I got was a name. All it said after that was that the file is closed. I wonder why that is.
I don't know for sure, Roger, but it seems a bit suspicious. When a file is marked like that, there's usually a very good reason. Most frequently, it indicates the file is closed for intelligence purposes, or it's legally sealed by some judicial body. In the case of those tubs of guts that grabbed you, I'd have to say it's not a government agency directly behind it. It sounds more like someone with access from the outside to a friend or two inside. A more paranoid person might say this smells way wrong.
Then again, when did you last change your socks?
If the files are sealed, then we have nothing to go on.
True. The only thing I can think of is that they may be accessible by jacking into cyberspace. I've never done it, but I know it can be done.
So I guess this means you won't be trying it first. I'd love to try it, but I can't since we don't know how.
Well, actually, I read it can be done with the help of a cyber jack and headset and a cyberspace jack interface module. The article said there are several things to access out there and that there's a vast library of files to browse. It said that the Information Superhighway project is a little behind schedule, but that there are some operative areas. Other than that, I don't have a clue as to how we can gain any information about them.
So you think this cyberspace thing could work?
Well, I can only tell you what I've read. Navigating it takes a little patience, but I think it's the only option you have. I don't know if you'll locate a cyberjack and headset. Because of the delays in the project, they've become more like collector's items than marketable, functionable products.
We do have cyberjack modules built into the compost.
That's true. Of course, we won't know anyway without the jack.
That bites. I wonder where we could find one of those.
I wish I knew, Roger. There must be some place.
Attention! We are now orbiting the Delta Berxalon 5 colony as requested by StarCon. Most of you know your assignments as they have been broadcast to your composts. Please represent StarCon properly. Kilbasa, out.
You better get moving since you don't know yet what your assignment is. I have some checking around to do. We'll talk later.
Thanks, Stellar. I'll see you soon. Maybe we can work in that dinner.
Your quarters are cozy and intimate, yet spacious. That's one of the advantages of living in a converted cargo hold. Looks like you have a message waiting for you.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Wilco, Commander Kilbasa here. I have a special assignment for you. A crew person of special skills is required on Delta Berxalon 5. In the spirit of StarCon cooperation, we have decided to offer them your assistance. Transport there immediately. Kilbasa out.
This is a Beetlejuice clamoring hagfish fern. You've tried everything you could think of to get it back to health. Unfortunately, all you could think of to do was to stand over it and say, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. You had tickets to see Quasar live in concrete with Beatrice. That was before you got busted back down to janitor and assigned to this dad-blasted floating heck hole of a mother-talking spaceship. A note, this game has scrupulously avoided any rough language that would result in having to be rated as an adults-only computer or video game by the Game Censorship Board of the U.S. Senate Subcommittee. It's a picture entitled, Rocket Ship to the Moon. Now, if you could only figure out what the heck a moon is. This lovely kryptonite mood lamp casts a cool glow over the room. This poor dresser hasn't worked right since they hauled it on board. Wait, were you looking at yourself or at the bureau? Well, same message either way. You saw this detailed die-cast model of an early StarCon Solar Scout in Milky Way today, StarCon's in-flight magazine. It seemed like a great investment at the time. Holy cow! It's your Golden Mop Award for your feats of daring do in Space Quest 1. Say it's the old hint book you found in the bargain bin at the software store in Space Quest 4. You won't need that hint book. You've already won Space Quest 4, haven't you? This table is supposed to be used. Since you do neither, you found it. This table is supposed to be used for paperwork and gracious dining. Since you do neither, you found it makes a great place to stash all this junk you've collected over the years. Wow, it's the old translating gadget you used to communicate with the subterranean alien back on the planet Corona in Space Quest 1. Too bad they don't make those little dilithium watch batteries anymore. Looky, it's your old Labion Terror Beast mating whistle from Space Quest 2. Whoa, it's the Star Generator remote control you found aboard the Sarian ship during Space Quest 1. Hey, it's the Pocket Pal terminal you filched from an abandoned land speeder on Xenon during Space Quest 4. This table is supposed to... Since you do... Wow, it's your official employment rejection letter from Sierra Online at the end of Space Quest 3. It just says, not a chance, and it's signed by Ken Williams. This table is supposed to be... Since you... Your kitchen is in here, complete with garbage disposal, solid waste regenerator, and cockroaches. Your kitchen is in here. Your quarters are cozy and intimate. That's one of the advantages of living in a converted cargo hold. You've got a Quattrozebbi portable quartz heater set up in here. That's one of the advantages of living in a converted cargo. Why do all these starships come with shimmery sheets? What's so futuristic and wonderful about shimmery sheets? They wake you up at night. They're cold and slippery. And the worst thing is getting up every morning with sequins imprinted all over your face. What's up with that? Your quarters, that's one of... It's a medical reference of janitor-specific ailments, diseases of the genitalia. Now's no time to catch up on your reading. You never learned how to work these controls. That's why you keep everything that should be in the closet scattered around the room. Don't pick at...
Okay, I'm ready. Energize!
Commander Kielbasa and that other guy look like they're just finishing up a conversation.
Janitor Wilco, Dr. Bellows and I were just talking about you. Please report to Sharpay's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
Yes, sir. Janitor second class, Roger Wilco, reporting as ordered, ma'am.
Wilco, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
I'm very sorry,
Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain over there.
Ma'am, I came as...
Young man, I lack the time, and most importantly, the patience to indulge you as you whine your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
Sorry, but I wasn't briefed on what tasks would be required of me.
You are a janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon? When my fifth husband, Admiral Bluntthang, served, the crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall this one rather striking cadet who... Oh, well, never mind that. But you... I pray you do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not look forward to witnessing. Get to work, Mr. Wilco. You'll find a mop and a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to your education. That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire. Please, just clean. I must rest now.
The wrinkled one rests quietly in her crapomatic adjustable bed. A contaminated waste items receptacle stands awaiting contaminated waste items. This is the personal medical suite of the legendary Sharpay. She spends her advancing days here at the ever-expanding retirement complex on Delta Berxalon 5. It looks like a heart monitor. It must be amazingly sensitive since this crusty old beast appears rather heartless. That's a joke can. The old-timers use it to fake the new interns into thinking they have sucking chest wounds. It's a real hoot. Ah, a bucket, one of the staples of any janitor's arsenal. You've seen plenty of these babies in your lifetime.
Mr. Wilco, I asked you to mop the floors. Do I have to get Commander Kilbasa in here to get you to do your job?
No, ma'am. I'll get right on it, ma'am.
It's some sort of medical unit. You don't know what it is. After all, you're a janitor, not a doctor, damn it. It's some kind of red medical type thing. These are supplies of a medical nature for the cratered one.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode. It is positively maddening.
You got it, right away, ma'am. Whatever I can do.
Please do it, and quietly. I must have my rest. Mr. Wilco, it is time for me to take my meds. Please fetch my trisonic sortium from the medicine cabinet.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I can get this old hag to overdose.
What was that, janitor?
Nothing, ma'am. I'll get those for you right away.
It looks like an empty specimen jar. Maybe later, if you find some free time, you could give it a fill. Keeps the techs guessing. You as a janitor would only have a clue as to what was contained in those bottles if the content showing through them resembled some sort of waste product or cleaning supply. That's delightfully non-helpful. Seems like a few sequels since we've been in any bathrooms. I know what you've been thinking. You're probably thinking, have they waited 4 sequels to do bathroom humor? Or has it been just 3? Well, to tell you the truth, in all the sequel-generating excitement, we've kind of lost track ourselves. So you've got to ask yourself just one question. Are they hard up enough to resort to that level of humor at this point in the game? Nah, not yet. That is, we like to think we've slithered up a fair number of floors from the basement level of the comedic food chain. Either that or it's one of those relative things. Maybe it's because Al just continues to lower the basement. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Wilco, did I stutter? Get my medicine immediately.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll take care of it.
It's a red panel in the foreground. You really don't know what it does, nor do you care.
There sure are some cool-looking machines here. That one has neat blue lights.
Cool, another machine that lights up and goes ping! This is a circuit analysis diagnostics unit. It's a cabinet containing old Sharpay's drugs. Things are stored in there, probably. It's incredibly common. That's delightfully non-helpful. Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been.
I can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. Hey, what the...
While we await a fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Hey, there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent. I seem to be in a world of deep... Ah, jeez, the door!
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose in your hands. Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective. She seems to be resting rather peacefully. Good thinking! Wedged in the door, the manual override control causes the piston to strain against the door. It pushes a few inches and seems to strain at that point.
Wilco!
Oh, hi, Stellar. What are you doing here?
There's no time to talk, Roger. We've got to get out of here now. 1, 2... 3.
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft, the hydro riser piston gives way, and the door slams shut, with Stellar still trapped inside. You claw and pull at the seams of the bulkhead door, but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion which seems to have come from behind the door. The door is sealed tight. You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
My God! I can't believe this! It can't be happening! She was... I was... Stellar!
It's hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection. Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur, the laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago. You are feeling as you have never felt before, perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships. You've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however, is a different feeling. Far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance. But you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her. Enough smarm already. Let's funeral!
Ladies and/or gentlemen, we assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate, Lieutenant First Class Stella Santiago. Her unfortunate death takes place in the shadow of a new community, the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy. Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst occurred while she was on duty. If a member of StarCon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance. I believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
I only knew Stellar for a short time. I wish I, could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this, person I was proud to have called friend. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
The floor is featureless. The walls have a flat, nondescript finish, very deceiving when you consider what this room is capable of. That's your relatively pathetic eulogy for Stellar. These are the holodeck programming controls.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked...
Stellar, what happened? The picture's gone. You're alive? Commander Kilbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Sir!
Wilco, we have our orders from StarCon and we'll be carrying them out. Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
He's the ship's engineer. That's Dorf, the ship's chief of security. That's the communication officer. That's Commander Kielbasa's command center. No, wait, it's his scratching post. No, it's his command center. Scratching post. Wait, kids, don't fight. It's both. It's Commander Kielbasa's kitty litter box. This is where he makes most of his best command decisions. Not to mention all of his log entries. With these controls, Commander Kielbasa can override navigational subsystems, access ship-wide computer functions, perform sensor sweeps, and get to level 6 of Super Nunzio World. With these controls, Commander Kielbasa can adjust the elevation, tilt, rotation, and firmness level of his command center. And if you put in a quarter, it'll massage 320 different acupressure points. This is the engineering station where the power grids and engines are constantly monitored to make sure they're within StarCon spec. Or at least somewhere around a point close to an approximation of the same general idea of StarCon spec. That's the schematic diagram of Deep Ship 86.
Welcome to Holosuite Program 5551212, the vulgar nerve pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifists, we vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the vulgar nerve pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of nerve stimuli and loss of cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness. In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced robotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they awaken, they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer. You will please to pay attention. Address the subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Maybe you can fetch me up with your sister. I have told her after her anyway. We're gonna have margaritas together. The two of us get we have fun. Get a hubba going in the wee. And then just like that, we So, as you can see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species. This completes our program. Thank you very much.